Welcome to Learning Activity 2. As you can see, your objectives are listed at the top. There are 3 main items that you're going to work on during this learning activity. The first thing I really want you to think about are the content standards for science. You may have explored them, you may not have, but we're going to look at it from a different approach. The Georgia Standards of Excellence in Science are loosely based on the Next Generation Science Standards. So we're going to start by looking at Next Gen Science Standards, or NGSS. And by doing that, as you scroll down through your overview of the learning activity, obviously it says the exact same thing right here. You have this article just gets you familiar with what the standards, with what the dimensions are. What does it mean to be a 3-dimensional approach to learning? Then we move into watching videos about the standards. I'd like for you to look at this and kind of get a definition for yourself of what three dimensions of learning are. And if you notice, I say a total of more than a page. That's for all 4 of these videos that you're going to watch. And then we have additional resources. Choose one of these 2. And research-based readings. Choose one article from this set. It depends on what you're interested in. They're all pretty helpful. I think a lot of students have appreciated, and it helps your understanding of what those standards are about. And then the final wrap-up one is looking at computational thinking, and this is from ScienceScope, so it's an NSTA article. And if you notice, there's a discussion component. This is the first time you're actually going to be in your small groups, is either traditional or virtual. And it goes through what expectations I have for each group in that. And then this is where your discussion post will go. Everyone needs to make a post about what they've read, what they've looked over, the videos, and how you make sense of it. And then if you notice, if you're in a virtual group, the note taker will obviously take notes and then write up a synthesis and post it to the discussion board. So make sure you kind of make accommodations for what that looks like in the discussion overview for groups. I think that makes sense. All right, you'll be able to find your group assignments by clicking here. It'll take you to a Google Doc. As always, Teacher's Lounge questions, comments, concerns go up here. You have a checklist that walks you through learning activity number 2. And then the next thing that I want you to think about, you are asked to have the only thing you're required to purchase for the class is an NSTA membership. By doing that membership, you can either have an individual monthly or an individual yearly. It doesn't matter which one you choose, it's whatever works best for you, but you do have to have a membership in order to access some of the files. So I would request that you do that. Also remember, I am not affiliated with NSTA. So if there are issues that you have with them in their platform or any of that, make sure you send an email directly to them. I can sometimes help answer some questions, but the other thing is if you come across a problem, you can post it in the discussion, and maybe somebody else has had a similar problem and has a way to answer that for you. So you're going to join NSTA. Then you're going to create your own library. So as we move through this, we'll go to this tab, and this takes you to the old platform. I prefer the older platform because it's more user-friendly. You can do whatever you want, but I'm showing you how to work through it in the old platform. But if you click on this, either of these, it takes you to the resources that are in NSTA. I have things that I want you to look at and include in your library. 3 articles that are of interest to you. 3 or more do-it-yourself learning items. If you're looking at the NGSS at NSTA Hub, 1 resource that you find interesting, and then 1 public forum. Take a screenshot of this. If you have to take several screenshots because it's in different places, that's fine. But once you do that screenshot, you'll post it to the NSTA Learning Center library. There's a video that walks you through how to find those things. Again, this is the older platform because it's more user-friendly. You can work through both of them, but I prefer the older version, and I've given you a video using the older version. All right. So one of the other things that I mentioned earlier is you are going to have semester-long project. That's the bulk. Everything that you do in the class is going to be able to connect in some way to that semester-long project. This was at the very beginning in getting to know the course, but I also have it included. It's going to be in every single learning activity. If there's something in that learning activity that connects to your semester-long project, it will be detailed in this section. So I'm asking you to review the expectations for this again. Once you kind of look through what's required and the examples that are there, I'd like for you to brainstorm. Just kind of think about what it is that you might want to do and give me those ideas in this discussion board. I'm asking for 2 topics with maybe a description of what you think you would want to do for that topic. And unlike normal discussion boards, I'd like for you to look at one person and respond. The purpose of this is not for me to give you a grade. It's for you to see how other people are making sense of the project and possibly give them some feedback that would help them be more clear about what they're doing for their project. And if you know exactly what you want to do, this sign-up sheet takes you to the semester-long project, and you can choose. There's 2 tabs at the bottom. One of them is option 1 and the other is option 2. Obviously, you'll choose which one works for you. Put your name in that and sign up with the topic you chose. All right, so things to turn in. You're going to do your NSTA library and your discussion of the readings. If you notice, I did not put the discussion board for the semester-long project down here as an absolute due date. We will call this extra credit if you want, but you need to, if you want those extra points, make sure you respond to the discussion board in here. So have fun with this. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing your work.